TapTapPodcast. Today's episode's another female guest, like the previous one that you just saw. We've got our special guest here today, Maya. How are you?
Good, how you going?
Good yourself. How's your day? Good.
Good. It's been an easy one.
Also known as
Sparklebymaya.
Sparkle, not Sparks. I keep saying Sparks. Not an electrician company. Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know you, just tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi everyone. Is that what we're meant to say?
Yeah.
Okay. So my name is Maya. I own a company called Sparklebymaya. We basically offer tooth jams, teeth whitening. We offer a training service, and we also offer wholesale. So we distribute our products basically all over the globe. So a few different avenues within the business, but our prime focus right now is the tooth jams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I had a look at your website a bit earlier. Like, it's crazy to see, like, because you even do the courses stuff too.
We offer the training courses.
How does that go? Like, teaching other people.
It's honestly one of the most rewarding things ever. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
The fact that I can help out so many females and, allow females to choose a different career that they can kind of incorporate even into their businesses and kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Really rewarding, definitely.
Where did it all start? Or did you just wake up one day and you're like, oh, put some tooth?
Growing up, I was obviously from Sydney's West, and in school and whatnot, and all of a sudden I get told I'm not gonna make it through to year 11 and year 12. So I basically had to get onto something, and I chose to do beauty pretty much. So drop out, started beauty, and I've always had a passion and love for beauty therapy. And then going from there, it kind of blew up a bit too quicker than I expected. The beauty industry at the time was really booming, so there was so many different stuff that were kind of popping up. Different types of treatments were kind of popping up, and I was so interested in it. Jumped on that wave, done an apprenticeship, and kind of done like a solid 4 years straight. Then started working from home from a little. I had a little break after I had my 2 little girls, and then once I was ready to get back into it, it was like, okay, once we get back into beauty, do we do what we always knew, or do we shake it up a bit? My idea was to basically come back with a bang. And then we thought, you know what, there was a huge gap at the time for teeth whitening in the beauty world. And then considering it was considered cosmetic, it was considered beauty, it fell like basically in a category that I loved. I've always had an obsession with white teeth, and I've always tried to find the best solution to get white teeth. And then moving forward from there, I started a business. Didn't expect it to kind of go to where it is today. A lot of people doubted it, but we pushed through, and it is where it is today.
I feel like any industry that's obviously you really created an industry, like a market. So I feel like nobody believes you when you do that. So that's probably the hardest thing. Was there was that your business name now? Was that your first name for the business?
So the idea was to do Sparklebymaya. So if I did want to incorporate any other beauty treatments, I kind of had that to play with as well. But I never did. I just stuck to teeth. It's what I love and what I've got.
What was your first beauty course that you did straight out of school?
I done a diploma in beauty therapy, which was like an apprenticeship at the time, and basically we done stuff like makeup, facials, brows. That was basically what I specialized in at the time. But then trying to get back in, knowing how competitive I am. All my friends were in the beauty industry, and majority of them were just doing that. And it's like, okay, do I go head to head with friends, or do I go on to something else?
It's probably the biggest thing now is there's a lot of young girls dropping out to do beauty therapy, but I think the only thing is they're all doing the same thing now. It's either your lashes or your makeup.
Yeah, I was gonna say lashes, makeup, or even brows as well. That's a full thing right now. I just feel like it's so saturated, especially in Sydney. People in Sydney's West like to look good. It's definitely a demand. But there was a lot of competition, and just
you were the OG.
Jump into something that everyone else does. But yes, OG, I love that.
OG. Obviously, so you went to year 10, so you finished year 10?
Basically finished year 10, and then I get pulled from my deputy, and they're like, you're just a distraction, you're bright, Maya, you're good, you're blah, 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 but you need to go.
How'd that make you feel kind of at that age? Because that's what, 16, 17?
I wasn't even 16 yet, gosh. I was so cut. My dad was so angry. And he basically made it clear, you're not sitting at home being a bum. You get up and do something. You either get a job or you further your studies in something else. And I just felt like beauty was for me. It's all I've known. It's all I've kind of stuck to. And I had that love for it from then, from a really young age. But yeah, it was devastating. I used to, at the first job I got when I was 16, actually, it was right across from the school I was at, like the shopping centre. So watching all my friends that basically made it to 11, just watching me at work at the salon that I was working at, walking past, and I'm like, far out, man, like, fuck.
Look in now, stuff for you.
I know, like they're going on to uni, and here I am, but...
Yeah, that's one of the biggest thing is, like one of the good things about dropping out in year 10 is, like, when everyone's finishing, you're 2 years ahead. Like, you've learned, because, when you first get out of school, you learn, like, certain lessons, like, taxes and, like, all the shit that you don't learn in school. Yeah. So you're already 2 years ahead when people think you're 2 years behind. Like, that's one of the craziest concept.
Yeah. And I just think, in saying that, if you don't kind of decide to do something and kind of find yourself from a young age, it just kind of leads to, like, okay, what do I do now type of thing. What do I love? What do I have a passion for? But yeah, it was shitty watching everyone walking past and being like, that's the one that got kicked out of school.
The drop kick.
That's the drop kick. But look, in saying that, a lot of those kids that would basically look at me and be like, what the fuck are you doing there? Are basically now my students and my wholesalers because they've all jumped on the wave.
Yeah, exactly.
So look, amazing, but it's crazy how the tables turn.
Yeah, 100%.
If that makes sense.
Was it like hard to get into the industry? Like, did you feel like, was there any regret? Like, when you first got in, was there pressure? Like, there's so much people into it, like, or you just kind of put your head down and work?
So that was 15 years ago now.
It's been a while.
I feel so old. Wow. I did have a very long break. So because I've got my 2 little girls, I had a really long break. So look, I feel like I kind of held my youngness for a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, it did kind of feel like you either set your mark now, you make it, and I suppose social media was starting to blow up and all of that, but I did definitely take a step back.
Yeah.
And I had my 2 little girls, and I kind of just chilled for a little bit. And then once I got back, I was ready to kind of come back.
So you have just the 2 girls?
2 girls, yeah.
How's it feel being a mum?
It's good. Like, people just don't believe I've got kids.
Yeah.
My daughter's like this tall right now. So we're out and everyone thinks we're sisters. Yeah. So it's good. I feel like I'm growing.
Are they older?
I've got a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Tall for a 9.
Very tall.
Yeah,
very
that's
tall.
A 9-year-old, right? Taller. Yeah. They're tall, you're short.
Yeah, I know, right? Even my little one, she's like so tall as well. And I was like, man, you guys are...
It's crazy how quick they grow.
I know.
They're just born and then they're like, oh, they're 9?
And just going so quick.
Do you reckon like having kids changes your like mindset on business a bit?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, in what way?
You learn patience.
Yeah.
Because you've got little ones and obviously they're like, they're always in need. It's a high demand. You've got to be mum.
Yeah.
So you kind of learn to just kind of balance stuff out. You learn obviously that bit of patience as well, so it kind of makes you calm. But I don't know if you call me calm not these days.
Well, ask your kids. Do you reckon it's hard to balance business and like family life? Because I know like me, I don't have kids, but like sometimes it gets hard because like you want to work more, but then you don't want to work because you want to spend time with your family. Do you find it hard to balance?
Look, balance has definitely been one thing I struggle with. Because when I'm in work mode, it is straight head down work mode, and like not in just saying the salon, it's the marketing that goes behind it. It's the bringing, just the innovation throughout the business, kind of just staying ahead of the game constantly. Yeah. So it is definitely tiring. So trying to balance with like life, it does definitely get in the way. So sometimes it's either switch off mode and just like chilling with my kids, or it's just straight work mode. Yeah. But I do have that help. I've got like a lot of support from my family and all. So that definitely goes a long way. Yeah. And that helps.
Before we go to the next one, I'm just going to move this forward a bit. Just so it doesn't play with that. But yeah, like I feel like that's the hardest part, like the balance side, like, and like even like just switching off when you're with your kids is probably like one, like I don't have kids again, but like when I'm on, like my phone is like my worst enemy sometimes.
Honestly, these gadgets, you gotta lock them up, get rid of them.
What do you reckon the most challenging thing would be in your industry or business wise?
In the industry, challenging. Well, I'm always up for a challenge. One thing I would say is challenging is the growth. You've just got to kind of mentally prepare yourself for growth. If you're not, so like initially I did not expect it to be where it is today. I did not. That wasn't the aim. The aim was to just make a buck. That's all it was. Once I realized how much I loved it, how much I enjoyed, like seeing other people smile from delivering my service, I was like, okay, there definitely is like a potential there. And trying to just kind of stay relevant constantly is very tiring.
Yeah, 100%.
If that makes sense, because you can widen how many people's teeth, but how are you going to stand out from the crowd?
Yeah.
So that's when we kind of thought, you know what, let's get into the training, let's get into the wholesale, let's actually manufacture a product that people can benefit from and use. So it was like, hey, we're offering the training, but hey, we also offer a product.
Yeah.
So, you know, everyone out there is constantly like, oh, how do you deal with so many people in the same industry? Just no effect, because they're still using my product anyway. So
was there a lot of competition when like your companies like High Smile came out? I think that's the company. Shouldn't be talking about it.
So we basically had a product that was very similar to theirs, and a lot of people were able to kind of, if you were in the industry, it was very easy to source. Yeah. So once you've sourced it, you've kind of figured a method, you've figured a formula, you figured, okay, how we're going to sell this and how we're going to get this made. It's just easier after that. It's just kind of coming up with the concept of it all. Look, when companies like that started to pop up, I directly compete with companies like that. I like to kind of set my mark high. Yeah. And then go in competition with someone like that, and just kind of, you know, see what they're doing, see what I'm doing, and then notice, okay, I haven't hit worldwide yet, so why not hit where we are currently, and then from there we work from there and kind of just try to expand. So I feel like when competing with people like that, it actually pushes me to go harder. It actually works so well for me.
Are you a competitive person?
Very.
I can tell.
I think that's the Capricorn in me. That's definitely the Capricorn.
It's the Capricorn.
Definitely.
I feel like competitiveness is actually good as a business owner. Are you naturally business minded, or are you kind of adapted that over time?
I will say my first relationship and just starting work from a really young age. So even prior to being in beauty, I had a job from the age of 14 working at Macca's. Good
old Macca's.
Yeah, good old Macca's. I feel like if you've worked at Macca's, you get through in life.
I honestly, if anyone's watching and you're going to apply for a job, because I worked at KFC, which is like similar. Whenever I see people work at Macca's, Hungry Jack's or KFC, I automatically know that they're like gonna put up with shit. Yeah. Like I feel like you get like the biggest thing I learned at, like say KFC, which would be similar, like you just learn to like work under pressure. Yeah. Because like Macca's, you got the timers, and like I don't understand why they have timers. You're like, but
there's the certain time to get the water out. Like you're constantly challenging yourself, and I feel like those are one of the main reasons as to why I am who I am today. Working under pressure and under a lot of pressure, management, own business owners, X, Y, and Z, you kind of adapt to it and you hold it for a while because it's all you knew from a young age, if that makes sense. But definitely, I've got to admit that went a long way.
It's very on the go. So I feel like as a business owner, like myself too, like you always want to be on the go, because if you stop and get too comfortable, then stuff slips through the cracks, and then that like slump.
You can't just let go altogether. Every time I try to, it just doesn't happen. Yeah. I can, hand over all these tasks to all these people, but the minute I decide to let go is the minute it is an issue. Yeah. So, just
how was the lockdown with your business wise? Good or bad?
So because we've got the other avenue, so having the salon closed for that time wasn't bad. It allowed me to spend more time with the kids, allowed me to do things I love, just to relax, a lot of relaxing, but I do definitely work a lot during lockdown. Yeah. So that's when all my ideas go in place. That's when we work on new products, work on new services, work on new things, new marketing. We're locking a couple of, new wholesalers. Like we do a lot of things to kind of stay, ready for when we do reopen. And then once we've kind of tackled that, we then are in the salon once we reopen. So it actually works well for me. Because sometimes you just need that space away.
I'd say there's 6 weeks school holidays.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Honestly, that's me now. And I've seen it as just, chill. And whenever it happens, just make it work.
Yeah, 100%. It's smart that you have the different avenues. What's some advice you'd give to someone if starting in the kind of beauty industry or one of those industries?
Some advice I would definitely give, and I do at all my classes and all, is there are plenty of fish in the sea. There is so many people in the industry. If you don't set your mark, stand out from the crowd, and kind of do something you love, just don't do it. Don't even get into it. Just especially if you're from Sydney's West. So we all know how competitive it can get and whatnot, but kind of staying grounded in what it is, and if you don't love it, don't do it.
Yeah, I see a lot of lashes and they just put their name Lashes by, and there's like
yeah.
one in every suburb now.
There's probably one in every street.
Yeah, probably. I like literally, if I could do my course and be like Lashes by Cody, and I was just
it'll go off.
Yeah.
But in saying that, it's such a high demand, so it's actually good that there's so many around because it works well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So look, in that way, it kind of works well, but there's just especially in that industry, I have to admit, if you don't set your mark and kind 100%. Of have a method, then you're just gonna slip in the cracks and just be, just there.
I always say like, because I'm in an industry that's flooded, like PT is just the most flooded industry these days. Every second person is one. And like, I feel like, I always say like, there's like a top, I'd say like 2% club. There's like 98% of like, say, trainers or beauticians that like are good, but then there's a 2% great. Yep. Where like, it's literally like by doing stuff different, like say yourself like starting with the teeth stuff, it's completely different to what you would normally do. It's the same with PT, like there's like 98% of trainers that just work with like average people, and you got like 2% that work with, say, like different, like elderly kids, stuff that a lot of people want to work with. So I think people are just going to different. That's like a way. I don't know. So we differentiate. I don't know. Differentiate.
Yep,
yeah. My English isn't the best. With the obviously you do like veneers and that stuff. Eh? Is that what it is or not?
No. So
that's not called veneers.
So we do the teeth whitening, which like we use LED, not laser. That's what's kind of different between us and a dentist. But we've also introduced the tooth gems. Yeah. So that's all the little sparkly
so it's
teeth
not
jewelry. So no, it's not veneers.
Jokes.
You're so cute.
I
get why you would get it confused though, because
they do look the same.
Just are looking so good at the moment. But just kind of coming up with a design and sticking these little sparkly little things on everyone's teeth. It's so good, and we use like good dental grade. Everything's like done correctly. But it's also so fun because it's really similar to a piercing or a tattoo. It kind of, people like choose these designs and stuff that kind of express them, which I feel like people do with piercings and tattoos. Just meeting all these people and people coming in with like complete different designs and just popping their phone and being like, I want this, and I want that all across my teeth.
So you can put whatever you want on your...
the crystals definitely. So different colors, different designs. We can put little butterflies. We can do little dragonflies.
Get my podcast name here.
You can do that as well. We had a couple of TikTokers yesterday that wanted their postcodes on them, so we put their postcodes on them. Yeah, really cool. So one of them had down the bottom, and then one had right across the top, but it actually looked bloody good.
Can you take them off?
They can last anywhere from a couple of months to a couple of years.
Far out.
And that was the goal. So they do have like a longer life, and that's why people are loving it so much. But then, people can go really minimal. Yeah. And then people can go like extra, like bougie. And that's why it's just going off so much.
With like the business side, what do you do for like marketing wise? Because I see you obviously work with a lot of TikTokers, artists. How does that go? Like, do you prefer to do that marketing? Or?
There is a few marketing avenues that I like to kind of smack every month. Yeah. So there's a lot of the digital stuff that goes behind it. Yeah. So I've got my guy, he does all the digital stuff, Google, all the Google stuff, all the kind of ads for Instagram and whatnot.
I get those
running
ads.
all of that in the back. We've got like another team that does all our content. Yeah. So that kind of works hand in hand. And then there's a few other things I like to do personally. So I like to reach out to influencers, bloggers, TikTokers. We've been like basically seeing all the younger artists, all the upcoming TikTokers all around Sydney, just kind of building relationships with them and getting them to come in. Yeah. I feel like it allows the younger generation to be like, oh, hey, she went, I'm going to give this place a go. Exactly. This is cool because... they do really have a good influence on the younger generation.
No, 100%. It's a crazy platform. It's just like TikTok.
It's so crazy, honestly. And the engagement from TikTok right now, honestly, if you're not on it, if you've got a business and you're not on it, you're crazy.
Our podcast on TikTok, so...
Yeah. Oh, is it on TikTok, really? Oh, my God, amazing.
I play snippet, because snippets, like, it's crazy. Like, some snippets might get, like, 100 views, and you get a snippet that gets, like, 10,000 views. Yeah. It's normally, like, when someone says something deep, like, live your life like the best ever. Like, I'll make that a TikTok snippet. Like, right then, I'll make that one.
Yeah, make that one so we can get the views.
I'll put the sad little music behind the people like, that felt right.
Yes, what is that? Let's click on that. And that's what you want to do.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
want to grab everyone's attention the first couple of seconds. And if you don't grab it then don't.
Especially, like all the area TikTok people just, like, in the last, like, year have just come out of nowhere.
And just boomed. Like,
18, 16, 17-year-olds.
And notice they all came about during the lockdown. So there was some benefits during lockdown. And then there was just, like, it was crap as well at the same time. But in saying that, they actually kept a lot of younger people entertained, laughing.
They did.
And it was like a little escape for some people, because you could imagine the younger generation just stuck straight at home.
No school as well.
No school either.
Yeah.
And I know with my kids, they started to hate it towards the end.
Yeah.
But then I think as well as like the teenagers and like 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, like what are they supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Stuck at home with mum and dad. Like they want to be out, they want to be with their mates. But you got all these TikTokers with their lives and all their funny videos. It actually works.
Yeah.
And it keeps people happy. So
yeah.
I love it. I love the whole concept of exactly what they're doing. I think they're amazing.
100%. It's still like, early, and it's like another career way for like say kids that aren't excelling in school, but they've got like mad creativity. They jump on TikTok, make a video, 20-second video, but like that video gets them engaged with like big companies like Warner Bros. And like actual like stuff that's like insane.
Yeah.
Well,
crazy stories from TikTok.
Yeah.
And TikTok blowing up, but in saying that, it's definitely.
Are you on TikTok as well?
Yeah.
What's your TikTok name? Same name.
Sparklebymaya. Yes.
Follow it if you want.
Hello guys.
What do you reckon your major platform out of like the major ones like Instagram, TikTok?
It's business was always based on Instagram.
Yeah.
That was like the key from when I started even till now. We definitely jump on Facebook as well, and now at the moment I would say TikTok. TikTok is going freaking nuts, let me just say. And I've been telling all my girlfriends, get on TikTok, get on TikTok. It is crazy. The amount of traffic that TikTok has brought alone because of the gems is mental.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like a whole nother world, honestly.
And so like you can post like you could do like a simple video of like you just like, it's like Instagram Reels now. Like you could just do a simple video of you putting the stuff on people's teeth and people are like, whoa, what the hell?
What the hell? And, you know, it can just be a TikToker. It can be an influencer. It can be one of the artists, or it can be just average person.
Yeah. And
the fact that I can kind of showcase that and showcase my work, it kind of goes really well with TikTok. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Welcome back to the Tap Tap Podcast. After a quick 5-minute break that you obviously didn't see. Anyways. Yeah, so we're going to jump into some different questions. We're going to do a Would You Rather segment. I was going to do one more business one, but it'll probably lead into this. We're going to do a Would You Rather, pretty straightforward, this or that. We're going to go like a food one, and then we have different categories. So we're going to go McDonald's or KFC, if you eat either.
McDonald's.
Yeah, Mac is person.
I feel like it's needed sometimes.
Yeah, after work, late nights.
Yep.
It's a bad habit. What's your go-to Macca's meal?
I like to think that it is a little healthier. I don't know why. I know it isn't. But either a fillet fish burger or a McChicken burger. Like, that's where I go.
Do you rate the fillet fish?
Yeah. I don't know why. I just feel like it's light. Yeah,
I can't eat it. There's something about... I'm not a fish person, but once I ordered a Big Mac and they gave it a Big Mac with fillet fish patties. It was a strange burger. Anyways.
That would be different. Definitely.
Yeah. Would you rather... this one's a little bit more of like a scenario. Would you rather only be able to get your eyelashes or... What's another... Teeth? Do you get your teeth done?
Teeth, brows.
Would you rather get your brows done for the rest of your life or your eyebrows?
Or,
I think
eyelashes.
If you get one, you can't get the other.
I'll do eyelashes for sure.
Eyelashes? Yeah. Why is that just...
Because you can get away with not wearing makeup all the time.
Yeah, that's a good point. Where do you get your eyelashes from? Do you have a plug?
Yeah. There's a lady I visit out in Yaguna. So just like at home business and stuff.
Yeah.
It's good. It's just so convenient because I go there like 11 o'clock at night. 11 o'clock at night?
She's still up?
And she's still up and she's working, I tell you.
Do you know what volume they are? 5 or 6?
I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, I know eyelashes. I should be in the industry now.
You should join the industry, definitely.
Too much stress. Would you rather European cars or American-based cars? European. What type? Any specific?
I like Audis. I drive an Audi.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Love Audi.
Black Audi?
Yeah.
Yeah, every business owner drives a black Audi.
Is that a thing? I think it is a thing. Look, yeah, I agree.
When you get to a certain point, you just drive a black Audi.
Yeah, it's just like levels after that.
Yeah, it's different. All right, so we're going to do a different segment. It's a bit of I call this the deep shit question. It's pretty deep. Would you rather, it's kind of like a would you rather. Would you rather live the rest of your life without arms or without legs?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, deep shit.
That's fucking deep.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
It's a tough question.
Dude, do I not walk or do I not touch?
That's the hardest thing.
Wow. But do I have to? Like, I have to? No arms. Let's just walk.
No arms, really? Because everyone says no. I say no legs because, like, majority of stuff you do is with your arms.
Yeah, but I'd want to go I think after lockdown, you just want to go.
Yeah, true. Good point. You can use a wheelchair.
Yeah. You can't run.
Yeah, good point. Yeah,
That's a good one.
You can't get up the stairs. Yeah, it's a bit harder. Next one, would you rather live without teeth or without a tongue?
Without a tongue.
You wouldn't want to talk?
I'd rather not talk to anyone.
Yeah, that's fair. Good point, actually. Why is it any specific reason or just?
Nah, that's actually like just me being funny. Just communication these days. It's like once you get to like a stress point, it's like communication just needs to pause for a little bit. I'd rather not talk.
You can get away with not talking.
Yeah,
I feel like without,
talking.
I'd probably be the same. Without teeth, it would be a bit like presentation wise. Like.
Yeah, I think that's what it is with me. I feel like no one would know I don't have the tongue, but they would know if I don't have teeth.
Especially if that's your business. Like people come in like, she doesn't have teeth.
Yeah, like, how are we going to see this woman? She's crazy.
What happened? Next one's a scenario one. You've got 24 hours before an asteroid hits. What's your plan? What do you do?
Grab my kids.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just grab them.
Just grab them and run, and just grab the iPad because we can't live without the iPad and run.
Do you reckon kids are like more on their iPads these days than ever?
Yeah, kids are so into like technology and stuff. I know, like when we grew up, that world never existed. It was just like we play, like we were out. But kids are so different. It's just the internet's just like consumed their life.
What do you reckon it is? Just the like addictiveness of, because like I get addicted to my phone sometimes. Do you reckon it's just that general thing, or do you reckon there's like more to it?
I feel like everyone gets addicted to like gadgets and stuff to different things. Yeah. Like I know with my little one, she's obsessed with like Roblox and Fortnite.
Yeah, I play Roblox.
So you're on Roblox? The amount my kid has spent on my credit card, on the iTunes account, let's just say, I'm convinced she gambles. That's nuts. Like,
why would you connect your credit card to the account?
Look, at one point, I didn't even, and this was during lockdown, I did not know that it went on for over a month. So I connected it to her iPad, and basically she just went on a rampage. And I forgot, it slipped my mind. By the end of the month, I was like, what?
Yeah.
We even done that with Uber. So we logged into my account on their thing. And during that time, I was releasing my online training. So that was basically when we put it together during the lockdown.
Yeah.
It was so much work, but it was only me working all night. Kids were staying up. Like we were literally just having a party every day. Yeah. And at the time I had my girlfriend staying with me, and it was just like, it was fun. Just fun all the time. Yeah. So we'll get to the point where it's late, and we're working away, and if Medina wanted a dessert, she'll be like, Mum, I want a dessert. And I will forget to process it. So then I was like, you know what? Leave it there. Have it. Let me tell you, biggest mistake of my life. Because that little girl, she ate.
I was going to say, just start clicking random buttons.
She was like ordering bits and pieces from like everything that was coming up. She thought it was the best thing. And then would constantly notice Uber Eats coming. But where the property we live at, my parents live at the front, and we've like built our place at the back. So I thought, you know what, it's just between her and my little brothers. Like they're just having fun, dessert, whatever. Mate, little did I know. Seriously.
They're ordering gourmet steaks and
God
prawns,
knows.
crab.
Literally prawns. That's all she wanted, seafood.
Yeah. Bit of a different question. With like, what's probably the biggest thing you've learned being a mum wise? Or any advice you give to any mums watching? Like,
this time is so precious. And like, because we get so busy with life and, work and, everything else that goes on. Like the advice I would basically give is like, every moment you get, spend it with your kids, like cherish it, because as the days are going by, I don't know what it is, I just feel like the days are going so quick and they're growing so quick, and it's like, wow, where did time go? I like to kind of like set my weekends with my kids and only my kids. I don't work at all on the weekends. I refuse to, unless I do bits and pieces at night. And I feel like that's definitely worked, just to kind of bring my kids closer to me, and just have that good bond with them. And that's what I've always wanted. And because I started the business about 6 years ago, I know in that little aspect I lacked a little, because they were younger, they were just at like daycare and school all day, so I managed to do all of that. And I had like pick up, drop off, and that was also organised, and they had that at the time. But now I make sure I do the pick up, I do the drop off, I'm always there. Any activities or whatever, I'm always with them. So I would say for about 2 years when they were younger, and then just now it's completely different. It's just
super mum.
Me and them, and that's it.
That's probably the hardest thing, and like it's good that you're balancing it, I guess.
I know, balance definitely so hard, but just always kind of find a way to balance. And once you do, you've kind of got it all down pat. Like, you just sweet from there.
And I think the kids always remember that too, of like you being there while still doing your business stuff, because they were like, oh, like she was busy but still be able to see us.
And look, my kids appreciate it. Like the other day, my 9-year-old came up to me. She was like, Mum, I love you and thank you for everything you do. I know how hard you work and I love you. You get me everything and you're the best mum. Yeah. So I've like been with my kids basically from when they were little.
Yeah.
So I've been like a single mum for a really, really long time. So it's just knowing that, hey, Mum, you're busy, but look, it's all for us. That goes a long way. It makes you want to go harder and it makes you know, okay, my kids appreciate it. I also look at it as a good thing as well because I feel like it motivates them and drives them to want to do something. Like my 9-year-old was saying the other day, Mum, I want to work with you. She's like, I want to do tooth jams.
Yeah,
and she's so creative, so I foresee her doing that. And then the little one was saying, Mum, I want to be at the vet. I want to look after sick animals. So just having that drive from, you know, a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old, it just made me so proud.
Yeah. So what's your youngest one's favourite animal?
She loves cats.
Cats.
Yes, we've got 2 cats. And let me tell you, she's got them under control. She's like the boss.
Are you a cat or dog person?
Cat, definitely cat.
No dogs?
Yeah, no dogs. I don't have time for dogs. We tried to have a dog for a little bit, but no, too much.
I feel like there's dogs, I don't know. I prefer dogs.
Fun,
they're more fun, but you have to take care of them more. Like cats, you could leave your cat for like a week or come back and it'll just like look at you and just purr.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't care that you actually do.
It'll just be cute. Like, but I feel like with a dog, you build a really strong bond.
Yeah.
With a dog.
What cats you got?
We've got a British Shorthair.
Yeah, they're nice, eh?
So freaking gorgeous. She's like the most hottest cat I've ever seen. I don't even know if that's a thing for cats, but that's how I see my cat. And we've got a what are they called again? So we've got the British Shorthair. Hold on, I had a mind blank. A ragdoll. That's it, ragdoll. Wow.
A ragdoll cat. What's that?
So they're the really furry looking cats.
Oh, so you're gonna say
they've got like a darker face and just white like all over the body.
Yeah.
They're like those little snuggly things.
I thought you were gonna those skinny cats that like have no. I thought you were gonna say one of those.
Oh, the ones that don't have any fur.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
So
cute. They're called a Sphinx, but look, they're weird to look at, but they're so freaking cute.
It's actually funny.
I wouldn't mind one of those.
Then I think next month Animal Tea is actually dropping a cat shirt, so we'll try to get your daughter's one. It's actually a British short hair. That ugly looking cat. And I don't know what the other breed is. It might be.
That's what my daughter calls them. She's like, Mum, look how ugly this cat is. And she'll show me on TikTok. But like, I think they're so cute, especially the ones with the big eyes.
Because I think it's in Garfield. I don't know if you watch Garfield, but do you find having kids, you watch kids shows?
I do sometimes. Yeah. And it just kind of takes me back to when I was little. And the funniest thing is that my kids actually watch the movies I used to watch growing up. Yeah. So that's good. Crazy.
What would they watch? Like all the.
Look, a lot of the funny stuff that we used to watch growing up, and then all the animated stuff as well. Like growing up, I loved Harry Potter. My kids are like Harry Potter.
Do you know the trick with your iPhone of Harry Potter? No. So do you know the word they say with the wand, like to turn the light on? Lavios.
Lavioska or something.
Well, if you go on, I don't know the actual word, but
it's Hermione, the girl with the orange hair. She says that, so I remember which part. But I forgot
so if you go on Siri and you say that word, it turns your flashlight on.
Are you serious?
Let me find the word. We'll find it.
What?
Yeah, so I actually learned this on TikTok. So
I had absolutely.
I just try to.
Wait till I tell my daughter this.
Yeah, and there's 2 words. I think it's Lavios or something. I'll find it now. We'll do it here live on the podcast.
Oh wow, let's do it.
And then the word that turns it off turns the flashlight off. Harry Potter wand light. Let's find the word.
But see, in saying that, how we can't get rid of our phones, it's like everything we resort back to our phones.
It's my Google. What's the word? It's not gonna. I'm trying to find the word.
Maybe right, Hermione. I think that was from the Philosopher's Stone. I think the first one.
Oh, here, Lumos.
Really?
Hey Siri.
Good evening.
Lumos. Oh, Lumos.
Here's some information.
All right, maybe that didn't work. Anyways,
maybe when you
get the actual word, I literally know how to pronounce it. We'll get that eventually. Yeah, no, that didn't work. That failed completely. I'm gonna link the podcast, the TikTokers.
Yes.
Trust me, if you find the word, I think it's Lamos turns it on, and then Novak, not Novak or something like that turns
I'm
it
gonna
off.
look into that when I get home.
Yeah.
Get my daughter to figure it out. She's good like that.
It's a party trick.
Wow,
Do they have TikTok, the kids?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They actually do. Yeah. Look, sometimes I'm like, no, why? Why do you guys have TikTok?
Do they follow you?
Yeah, and they always comment under my videos. They're like, love you, mum. That's my mum. Best mum.
Flex it.
Yeah, full. And then people just write back to them like, you're so cute, Amelia, and she gets so happy.
A little fame early.
Know,
but it's kind of good that they want to get into that industry as well, because then like it's not like you're forcing them. They're just like naturally seeing like, oh, this is pretty cool. What's your thoughts on like the schooling system at the moment, kind of thing? You reckon?
Out west, like schools out west, look, the education and stuff in a public school, I would say, is good. Because I've done a bit of both. So we've done private schools with my kids, and we've also done public, and I feel like public worked better for us. You know, we were happy to kind of have them in private, but just the way it flows was a lot different.
Yeah.
So definitely public, but in saying that, like, I don't know, it just kind of depends on suburbs and stuff as well.
Yeah.
I feel like that does play a big part of like where kids go to school,
Yeah, 100%.
if that makes sense. Because then there'll be like certain schools will be like, oh no, you know, that's in that area, so they don't put your kids there. But you've got to kind of always stay in your district as well. But then there's also always a few schools within that one district, so there's always a lot of options there. But look,
I feel like it's the scariest thing, because like me, I don't have kids yet, just to clarify the fourth time. But like when I have kids, like I want to put them in a school that's good for them, and they're not going to get like bullied, or like they're going to like get a good education. But I also want to put them in a bad school, because I want them to build character.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this, like with school, when I was in school, was like, you know, like getting, it sounds bad, but getting bullied like built a bit of character.
Yeah.
So then like when you get out of school, it's better.
Definitely.
Like I feel like that's the hard
I've
part.
done hard yards with bullies at school. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more on that one. Out west, there's always a whole bunch of bullies in every school, and it's either you tackle them back or you're just going to pop it, and it gets really rough. And I'm like obviously speaking from that because of experience and stuff. So I feel like with my girls, I've kind of implanted in their mind, like, don't take crap from no one.
100%.
Do not take crap from no one, because once you start to allow that, it just gets worse and worse. And bullies, like, they can actually get really nasty. It's crazy what kids and stuff actually.
It's always the like insecure kids that have problems. I always said to my I don't know if my partner agrees with this, but I always said I'm going to give my kids like a very strange name that like could potentially get them bullied, because then they're going to get bullied for their name, but they can't really change their name.
So then they're just going to have to fight.
They're going to have to learn, like, you know, people are picking on you for something you can't change.
Exactly.
So like they build that character, but I don't know if it's a good idea. If that's going to do that, or give them childhood trauma.
Definitely build strength. Character, definitely. I couldn't agree more. But then I also feel like you can dump a child any way you want. And it really does depend on how that child kind of wants to, what kind of life they want to have. Like, you know, we had kids at school that came from like rough homes, rough families, that are doing absolutely incredible. Like, that came from nothing. Yeah. And then you got kids that came from like, you know, basically handed to them on a golden platter type of thing. And they're just, you know, doing nothing. Yeah. So I feel like, you know, with my kids, just that guidance, that love, and just being like, hey, I'm happy with whatever choices you make, kind of goes a long way, because then it kind of defines them as well, and it makes them want to build a character as well. 100%. And just kind of supporting whatever decision. And that's like how I've kind of embedded it in my mind for when they are older. Yeah. But I do believe the environment you give them, the environment at home, it kind of builds them, definitely.
Yeah, it's a strange thing, parenting. Yeah. Really. We're going to get into our last 5 minutes. We've got the GOAT, pretty much GOAT, greatest of all time. Who's your GOAT? Personal, doesn't have to be like past, present, whatever. So who's your greatest
person? Like, as in,
like greatest of all time, like people use like Michael Jordan or like whoever. Can be anyone.
Kim K.
Kim K, why's that?
Dude, it fascinates me. Yeah. Like, she's boss. To be able to run multiple brands, to be able to just be like, hey, I'm Kim K, this is hot, wear it. You've got everyone going to wear it. Like, the influence she has on the younger generation, I admire. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Kanye?
Oh, I love him. I think he is a gun. He's the best. I just love how he doesn't care, and he just says it how it is. And his mind in business is just next level, and I feel like that's where Kim's adapted that from as well. Yeah. Dude, like, you know, when those slides came out, Kanye sat there and threw those slides, and everyone was like, what the fuck is that? Like, am I going to really wear that? Mate, we're all wearing them now. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how much you know, he's got that influence on people where it's like, hey, his marketing, whatever he done to build those weird looking shoes up, done well, because people are trying to grab them for like $400-500 now.
Because they're like, are they officially separated now?
Yeah, they are. Now he's on a full rampage going off because there's the one who's daughter to have TikTok.
Oh yeah, I saw something like that. Yeah, there was heaps of stuff and there was controversy.
There's the posting going back and forth.
And then Pete Davidson drama, and I was like,
I feel like they do that for publicity. I feel like anything for publicity and just to kind of stay.
Yeah, well, I mean, normally when something like there's drama, especially when like TMZ's involved, I feel like then there's always like another business launch. Like Kanye will have an album after all this drama. Pretty sure he's releasing one soon, actually.
Yes, I've noticed that as well. And it's like he stays relevant, he stays in the limelight, and then Wolf comes out with a bang and launches what it is. And I think that's so smart. Like,
it's marketing.
Why not? That's marketing.
It's like the Jake Paul, I don't know if you follow that, like Jake Paul drama. Like it just like markets like this stuff, like causes a ruckus, and then like everyone.
That's a little of what we do.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. I'm a big believer of if you want to launch something or you're trying to stand out from the crowd, do something to grab their attention and kind of constantly hold the, you know, whoever's watching, basically their attention. You've just got to stay relevant. You got to know what they want to see and what they're vibing with, and that's how we've kind of figured, okay, Gem's like, fuck, people are loving it.
Yeah, exactly.
All sorts of people.
What would be your motto in life that you kind of follow? Go-to saying, motto.
The sky's the limit. Literally, like, and I say that because of experience, because of, you know, where the business evolved, how it grew. Literally, the sky's the limit. You can grab anything, and if you know how to sell it or know how to have it as a service, the sky's only the limit. Moving forward from there, once you kind of build that trust with people, you can just tell them, "Hey, buy this, buy that light." They're gonna want it because you recommended it.
Yeah.
That's why I love going back to Kanye and Kim. That's the influence they've got.
Yeah.
They can say, "Hey, this is cute," and then everyone's gonna go get it.
Those Skims, what are they called? Skims.
The Skims, yeah.
Skims, yeah.
And honestly, not even like a decent price. They're actually overpriced. Or it's like a bunch of loungewear, underwear,
I was gonna say,
and all that. Very overpriced. Yeah. Very good quality.
Everyone buys them.
But
I got some nice.
Yeah.
I bought 3.
It's just an experience. Like, you know, Skims, they're packaging like just a brown average recycled box.
So ideally the branding they've created of like you wearing this, you have a connection. It's like this whole like NFT drama, all this NFT digital stuff going on. Where you buy like an NFT to connect.
And it's a collectible, and then people hold on to it, and then you sell it. The resale price is actually
shout out to Trillionaire Thugs, Bally Gang. If they're my NFTs, so shouting them out.
Funny. She actually just done a collab with Fendi, and dude, that was crazy. Like it sold out.
Yeah.
Like crazy, and then now all the resellers are just things. So the same concept with Jordans, Yeezys, and all that essentials, all those kind of brands that everyone kind of holds on to, just because.
Collectibles,
they're all collectibles.
I bought a Thug, which is like an NFT. I think I bought it for like $1,000.
Is that little doll thing? That little toy thing?
No, it's like digital artwork.
Oh, digital artwork.
So like I bought it for like $1,000, and I think it flipped for like $8,000.
Yeah.
800%. Like you can't do that anywhere else.
Literally just hold. It's like
it
just builds more value.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
All these things, all those collabs and stuff.
Shout out to Trillionaire Thugs.
Cool.
We're plugging here. So I'm my thug. Before we go, I'm just gonna ask you, some life advice. So not so much a motto, more life advice you have for anyone in general.
Life advice, I would say, just live happy. Just do what makes you happy, and just go for it. If you want to do it, do it. I feel like so many people have hidden talents, and up until they kind of come out there, everyone's like, wow. Like those TikTokers, for example, they're funny characters, and I bet people didn't know how funny they were until they did it.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, that's why I put my phone on silent.
That's our timer. That's a wrap. First, I want to say thank you for coming on. Very
thank
grateful
you
to
for
actually.
Having me.
We've been trying to plan this for like 1.5 years, 2 years.
Literally, like just time and all that, but look, it was worth it. It was so good.
Thank you for making the time for us. Thank you for watching the Tap Tap podcast. Tapping into the minds of millions, and I'll see you next week.